Okay, you can be seated. Yes, you may. Sure.
I'm going to look at a couple of exhibits in this binder this time.
Okay. Yes.
Mr. Boss, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Boss, we have now put before you a second binder, and you should have a binder before you. I think Mr. Saldinger tried to give you or did give you. It says hearing exhibits 51 through 90. Do you have that?
Yes, I do.
And Mr. Boss, we were running through a timeline, and so I want to show you a couple of documents, and I thank everyone for the chance to get organized here a little bit, but there are two documents I want to show you in this binder. The first is actually Exhibit 58.
It's okay, my chair just went down.
Everything okay?
Everything's fine. Back to normal.
Thanks. And, Ronnie, do you have the binder?
Do I have what exhibit we're referring to again?
8.
Okay.
The answer to paper, I know. Confused.
We're here.
Everybody, including myself. So, Mr. Boss, if you take a look at Exhibit 58, and this is an example, Your Honor, of what we face from time to time in the depositions of base lettering being obscured, but what you should have before you, Mr. Boss, is one page which is an email from Sandy Moore to Laura Boss at Comcast.net. And then there's a second document that makes up this exhibit, which appears to be a draft offer letter. And in the lower right-hand corner, it has the base lettering MJ82 through MJ84. Do you have those pages?
Yes, I do.
And have you seen the pages that make up Exhibit 58 before?
I have.
And do you know who Sandy Moore is?
I do.
Who's Sandy Moore?
She is a human resources clerical person in Iron Mountain, Michigan.
And who's Laura Voss?
Laura is my wife.
And so this is an email from MJ to your wife enclosing a draft offer letter, correct?
That is correct.
And the draft offer letter is as of January 27th, right?
Yes.
3 days after the oral offer, correct?
That is correct.
And if you look with me at Exhibit 57, there we have a two-page exhibit. And at the top, it's on MJ Electric Stationery. The date is January 28, 2014, and the base lettering is MJ79 and 80. You see that?
Yes, I do.
And this is your signed offer letter with you signing to accept the position, correct?
Yes, it is.
And I think you dated that February 1, 2014, correct?
That is correct.
And Mr. Voss, when we were looking at this email, the email was sent to your wife, Laura, correct?
It was.
And we looked at Exhibit 2, and we saw the use of the email address of Luke Voss, your son, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And I'm correct that you wanted to depart Sargent on your own terms, right?
Yes.
And as a result, I'm also correct that you were concerned that you would be terminated if Sargent knew that you were proceeding with MJ Electric, correct?
Yes, that is true.
And that's one of the reasons why you weren't sending documents to and from MJ Electric through your work computer, correct?
That is correct.
And you were concerned you'd be terminated because you were breaching your duty of loyalty to Sargent, correct?
Check to the form of the question, Your Honor. There's a breach of the duty of loyalty at the end of
I'll be crazy.
Okay.
You were concerned, Mr. Boss, correct, that Sargent Electric would view your behavior as breaching your loyalty to Sargent, correct?
Yes.
And hence the use of your son's and your wife's email, among others, correct?
Those were the only two emails that I used.
Okay, so hence the use of your wife and your 17-year-old son's email addresses, correct?
That is true.
Now, Mr. Boss, prior to this attempt to send the business plan, Exhibit 2, to Sargent, you've never before tried to send confidential information to a competitor, right?
That is true.
And if we go back to Exhibit 2 for a second, so I apologize for this, but we're going to go back to the first binder, which had Exhibits 1 through 50. Mr. Boss, have you arrived at
I have.
Exhibit 2? In your honor, if I give you enough time to find the right binder.
I'm here.
Earlier we had been looking at a couple of pages near the back of this exhibit. And again, this was one of the fortunate ones we have date lettering. So now we're back at MJ 788 and 789. Mr. Boss, quickly to get us up to speed here, when we looked at these earlier, you had agreed that these were Sargent actual numbers, correct?
Yes, they were.
The numbers in the case of MJ 789 you received from Mr. Bordish, correct?
Yes.
And the chart from Mr. Craig, Sargent Electric, correct?
That's correct.
And one of the reasons to look at this type of data as you were doing your business analysis was so you could attempt to make some sort of projection, right? One of the values of information like this is to make projections.
Yeah, so the chart wasn't used in the business analysis at all. It wasn't tied in at all. The detail, the revenue numbers off of 2013, the revenue numbers, those 5 numbers were in fact laid into the analysis. That is correct.
Right, and one of the values for an executive like you who is doing a business analysis is to use numbers like those to make projections for future years, correct?
Yes.
And one of the things that's helpful for an executive like you when you're doing a business analysis is to make projections about things like market share, correct?
Yeah, market share is tricky because we never know what projects are going to be made available by the various customers. So market share might not be the exact term.
Then what would the term? Is it used in some way in trying to assess market share might not be the perfect tool, but it assists in that effort.
Well, this just shows what was available in a given year, and what might be available. That's all this really shows, is what might be available. It's not a good predictor of what will happen in subsequent years. It is not.
And so, in addition to this conversation we're having about potential projections, what else would you use this information for?
Well, primarily detail like this would be used for financial projections, profit projections internally. The numbers that I would submit to Pittsburgh on a monthly basis. So that would be the usage primarily.
Okay, and certainly these numbers are not generally available to the general public.
That is true.
And this is information that's actually protected within Sargent's computer system, right?
So I'm not sure what you mean by that.
To get into this information, or any information on the Sargent computer to begin with, you have to have a password to get into the system, right?
Yes, that is true.
And then I think we had a conversation about a network system that operates called Computer-Ease.
Yes.
And Computer-Ease is a software which toggles in a way to restrict this information to only those executives or people who actually need access to this type of data, correct?
Yeah, there are levels of access to Computer-Ease, yes.
And so that would be another way in which Sargent tries to protect this information?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Boss, if we turn now to the next topic, and as you can see, I'm trying to go along a timeline here of sorts. So we've made our way to accepting an offer. We've already talked about what happened on February 3rd, looking for locations. And do you recall on February 3rd having dinner with Mr. Rockwell?
I don't know if we had dinner that day or not.
You recall on February 3rd having a discussion with Mr. Rockwell about a 90-day plan.
Mr. Rockwell and I did discuss a 90-day plan. I'm sorry, I do not know the date.
And by February 5th, we saw the revised business analysis with these couple of additional pages. And on February 10th, did you quit your job at Sargent?
I did submit my resignation on February 10th, yes, sir.
And you began working at MG Electric on February 12th, correct?
That is correct.
And on February 17th, you went to Iron Mountain, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Iron Mountain is the home office, if you will, for MG Electric?
Yes, that is correct.
And you went there with Mr. Frame, correct?
I did.
And Mr. Frame also quit on February 10th, right?
That is correct.
And when you quit on February 10th, you didn't turn in any USB devices or hard drives.
No, I did not.
Sargent, correct?
No, I did not.
And you left behind your laptop, though, correct?
I did leave my laptop, yes.
And your phone?
Yes, that's correct.
But no USB devices, right?
That is true.
Now, with respect to Mr. Frame, did he begin working the same day you did, February 12th?
No, I don't believe so.
He actually began working immediately, right, on February 10th?
February 11th.
February 11th?
Yes.
Okay. And as of that day, you had MG Electric telephones, correct?
Yes, we did.
And MG Electric email addresses, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And the ability to conduct business through MG Electric, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And when you went to Iron Mountain on the 17th. That's a Monday?
We did go up on Monday, yes.
Okay, and you were there the whole week for orientation, right?
Yeah, I think we returned on Thursday night, yes.
And I think we mentioned this, but in Iron Mountain's in Michigan,
Yes, it is.
in the Upper Peninsula,
That's correct.
close to Canada.
Well, that I don't know.
But it's up there, right?
It's in the UP, yes.
And with respect to what occurred that week, there's also an attempt that week to hire Sargent employees, correct?
That is correct.
And in the week of February 17th, do you recall interviewing Sargent Electric employees who were project managers and estimators?
Yes, we did.
And as far as you know, you think that occurred on either February 19th or 20th, right?
That sounds correct, yes.
And the interviews occurred over the phone, correct?
Yes, they did.
And the interviews occurred with Mr. Mark Albertson, correct?
Yes.
And with Mr. Jim Simmons, correct?
Yes, we did interview Jim.
And with Mr. Kit Fidella, right?
That's correct.
And with Mr. Jim Nance, correct?
Yes, we interviewed Jim.
And with Paul Schumann, correct?
Paul, I don't know when we interviewed. Paul, I don't know when we interviewed.
You also interviewed Jeff Schumann, correct?
I found out later that Jeff Schumann was interviewed. I remember later, Jeff was interviewed the following week.
Okay. So that first week, it was either the 19th or the 20th, they were interviewed, and they all received offer letters on February 20th, right?
I don't know the dates they got the offer letters. They were sent offer letters, yes.
And they were sent offer letters either the same day as the interviews or a day later, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And and you happened to hire 5 project manager estimators, correct?
That's true.
And if we look back at your business analysis, as fate would have it, if you look at, Your Honor, if you go back to Exhibit 2, Mr. Voss, go to Exhibit 2. And in particular, look at MJ 785. There, if you look at me, you had scheduled in to hire 5 estimator project managers, right?
That's correct.
And you did hire 5 project manager estimators in that first week, right?
Yeah. Technically, Paul Schumann is the general foreman and went out to a job site.
But you hired Paul Schumann, correct?
We did hire Paul, yes.
And for each of the project manager estimators and Mr. Schumann, if you look at the column that says enticement, you see that?
Yes, I do.
During your business analysis as early as January 14, 2014, you had considered that in order to draw the estimator project managers to come with you, you'd like to give them a $7,500 enticement, right?
Yes, that's correct.
And each of Mr. Albertson, Cabela, Simmons, Manis, Schumann received $7,500 enticements, right?
Yes, they did.
And the purpose for those $7,500 enticements was this. If they were union employees, they would need to take a 2-week layoff, right?
Well, that's
Between
correct.
jobs, is that correct?
That is correct.
And if they had a 2-week layoff, then the $7,500 would cover that layoff period, correct?
Yeah. So when I put this together, it was not tied to that. I mean, I think right now their wage is like $40 an hour, which would be $3,200 for 2 weeks. So this number wasn't developed specifically for that purpose. It was just
So to make sure I've got this straight then, if for 2 weeks it would be $3,200, you're saying then that they did get enticements of $7,500 each, then it would actually cover 4 weeks, right?
If you want to look at it that way, yes.
So they got a bonus, which was an enticement of 4 weeks. And the other enticement was they also got trucks, right?
And they're already driving trucks.
Isn't it true, Mr. Voss, that each one of these employees of Sargent Electric, upon considering MJ Electric, was told they would get Dodge Ram trucks?
They were told they would get trucks, yes.
And it was Dodge Ram trucks, right?
I don't know the type of trucks that they would get.
And each one of these employees got a Dodge Ram truck, right?
Everybody got a truck, yes, that is correct.
And in addition, certain of these individuals wanted guaranteed 40, right?
That is true.
As an enticement to get them to leave Sargent and come to MJ Electric, correct?
Guaranteed 40 was offered to everybody, yes.
And guaranteed 40 is a sort of benefit that project managers, estimators would want because it ensures that they're paid on holidays, right?
Yes.
It also ensures that they're paid if there's any downtime in work, or if it's raining, or for some reason the job can't proceed. These people are guaranteed payment, right?
Yes, they are.
That's a significant benefit to them, correct?
It is a nice benefit, yes.
And they also got paid vacation, right?
That is true.
That's a fourth enticement, right?
They were given paid vacation, yes.
Well, if we're counting $7,500, a truck, guaranteed 40, and vacation, that would be the fourth benefit, correct?
Yes, that is four.
And that first week, when I'm close to finishing this line, Your Honor, so I'll...
Go ahead.
That first week, you actually had by the first week 19 different potential applicants, right, for these 5 project manager estimator jobs?
I don't know how many applicants there were.
But you only hired Sargent, correct?
The only people we hired were Sargent people.
You didn't interview or hire anybody from Higher Emport, right?
That is correct.
Or from me, right?
That is
Or
correct.
from Continental, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Only Sargent, right?
The people we hired all were employed by Sargent.
Your Honor, I think we're ready for our meeting break.
Okay. We'll reconvene at 1:15.
All rise.